No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes. Find cover and make every arrow count.
Todd, save us! It's a dragon! What to be dragon? Put you down. You're outmatched.
I'll see you.
Die, dragon!
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened, and if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what they're feeling.
No, get back. It's It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Thor just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Killer, save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes! Find cover and make every arrow count!
Never should have come.
Stand there, kill him.
Get a beat on him. I'll have your head.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in.
I can't believe it.
And I've been in
You're
more than a few.
Dragonborn.
I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn? What are you talking about?
Don't even think about it.
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irleth? I hold sacred. Come on, Irleth. Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical Dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecarl. You ain't a Nord.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
That was shouting, what you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn, then. We taught that dragon not to mess with Whiterun, didn't we?
I can't believe we actually killed a dragon.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
By Izmir, you did it! You killed the dragon.
No signs of... the dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're feeling.
No, he crashed. It's still here somewhere. Rocky when they tried to make a run for it. Let's save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes. Find cover and make every arrow count.
Down. It's our best chance. Die, dragon! You're outmatched. You're already dead. Ha!
Let's make sure that overgrown lizard is dead. Everybody! Get back!
I'm glad you're on our side.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to White
I can't
Run
believe
right
it.
Away.
You're Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That would prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn?
He summons the Thum. That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irileth? You're being awfully quiet. Come on, Irileth. Tell us. Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them. But I don't need some mythical Dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Housecarl. You ain't a Nord.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as
outlandish. Don't even think about it.
I'd advise you all to put your sword on over tales and legends.
That was shouting, what you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn, then. We taught that dragon not to mess with Whiterun, didn't we? What a tick! That's a shout. Like the greybeards on the mountain.
I can't believe we actually killed a dragon. Ysmir, you did it! You killed the dragon. Look, you already have been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
We will be back. This is not over. You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun, and we'll pay good money for information. A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She is likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything. It's none of your concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away. We're looking for a fugitive who comes from Hammerfell. A Redguard woman. She may be somewhere in this city. She cannot hide from us forever.
Ah, hello. Take a look. Yes, I hear that question. My brother Honoriath, and after all, he shot an arrow that pierced my... Try Hulda, the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach too. There's so much going on these days. Try Hulda. You should check in at Dragon's Reach too. There's so much going on these days.
Got some good pieces out here. Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing. Have you met my father? He's the steward up at Dragon's Reach. Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there. Mm-hmm. I help my father in more ways than people realize. You think all the counsel my father provides the Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise the advisor, and leave it at that. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Out with it. This looks good. You put time into your blades, they'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Jorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance. Have you met my... Looking to protect yourself? Or deal some damage? Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun.
Welcome to War Maidens. Now don't let the... We've got small... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Good doing business with you.
I help my father in more ways than people realize.
There has been talk amongst the guards that you are
I suppose you don't need to worry about
but
that.
such a thing.
Only
Surely
the
that's
farm
not
does
possible.
have its...
Well met, Traveler. What brings you to Whiterun? Ah, so it's gold you're after then. You need only ask about it. Plenty of folk in Whiterun with too much fat and gold to be bothered doing anything for themselves. Aye, that I do. Half all my life. We Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. Our family's been close as kin for generations, but Ulfric Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty and foolish, that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that's a real problem. Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the bannered mare. See old Hulda. She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one. Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions. Ain't sure if they're taking on new members. But you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall. Jorvaskr. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly.
Bits and baubles for sale. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at Jorvaskr. The Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing Battleborns. Head up the steps from the market and look to your right. Can't miss it. You take care of yourself now.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds. Oh yes, hunting is my great passion. That's why my brother and I opened a shop to sell hunting supplies. It's the Drunken Huntsman, down by the main gate. He tends the store, and I've got this stall.
Plenty of people here that need Jorland's craftsmanship, my dear.
Some may call this
We've
junk.
never had any
Me,
reason to
I
deal
call them
with those
treasures.
caravans of theirs.
Good hunting.
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
It's a shame, isn't it? This is the Gildergreen. It was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kynareth could sense something holy in it and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. They built the temple. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel.
Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die. They only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Elder Gleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the hag ravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Grace of Kinnereth be with you. Indeed. The temple here in the city is my charge. The goddess's divine blessings have no doubt helped make Whiterun a thriving and prosperous city. After all, it is she who brings rain to our crops and fair weather on the harvest days. Somewhat, yes. At first it seemed a distant thing, heard only in the idle speech of guards and traders. When the wounded soldiers began to return from battle, I did what I could to help them. As more of the sick and injured came to the temple, my work as a healer became more important than my duties as a priestess. I wish only an end to the fighting, so that I can tend to the temple once more. Travel great Skyrim, and Kinnereth travels with you.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick.
What is it? Dragons?
Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun. My boys will keep you safe. Don't you worry. You're not thinking of causing trouble here in this beautiful city now, are you? Yes? What is it? Yes? What is it?
God might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
We are but mad.
There's a rift here in
Writhing in the
Their
filth
onslaught has come at
You have
last.
come
The season on end.
because the so-called Emperor is a coward. That's right, I said coward. Oh, yes. He agreed to banish the worship of Talos at the tip of an Aldmeri sword. They called it
the White Gold Concordat.
Well, I call it blasphemy. A true son of the Empire would never have turned his back on our greatest hero. Not at any price. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Cyrodiil is a long way from here, and in Skyrim, we will never forsake mighty Talos. Let them come. I have no fear, for Talos is my ally, and I am his prophet. His word is upon my lips, his voice in my throat. Hello, my friend. If you seek knowledge about mighty Talos, you have most certainly come to the right person. In mortal life, Talos was a Nord, possessed of unmatched tactical skill, limitless wisdom, and the power to see into men's hearts. Talos mastered the power of the voice, and with it he united the lands of men into a great empire. In southern lands, he was known by the name Tiber Septim. Here in Skyrim, we honor him by his proper Nord name. So great was his reign in life. When he ascended to the heavens, he was made Lord of the Divines. If you want to know more, I'm sure you can find any number of tomes on the subject.
But you were once man, aye, and as man you said, "Let me show you the power of Talos Stormcrown, born of the north, where my bread is long winter. I bring..."
feel better already.
Aye.
So sick. Can hardly stand it.
Welcome, child. This is the Temple of Kynareth. The Gildegreen outside was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun.
Thank you.
Disciples of Kynareth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days. A big dead tree isn't very inspiring if you're coming to worship the divine of wind and rains. Kynareth gives life, and we need a living tree to be her symbol. Grace of Kynareth be with you.
Oh, the pain is so great.
What do you think you're doing? Hey, that isn't yours!
They say Ulfric Stormblood murdered the High King with his voice, shouted him apart.
Skyrim forever!
Are those two at it again? Come on now. Watch
Get
the
him.
footwork.
Kill him.
Keep your balance.
Nice!
All right.
Just keep swinging.
Damn you!
Swinging at somewhere else?
Something.
I'm getting out of here.
Son of a...
You're pathetic!
No more!
Must have scared him off. You should probably be in bed. You're looking a bit under the weather.
Are those two at it again?
Knew it.
Come on now. Watch the footwork.
Kill him.
Keep your balance.
A fight.
Watch it.
Get in there, punch.
Never
This
should
should
have
be
come
good.
here.
Someone do something.
I'm getting out of here.
Must have scared
Get
him
out, I
off.
guess.
Are those two at it again? Come on now.
This
Watch the
should be
footwork.
good.
Keep your balance.
Hey, watch it.
Get him!
Yeah! Just keep swinging.
Little blood to clear the air. Hope you have the stomach for it, outsider. I learned the ways of the blade. I came home, wandered around as a blade for hire. Was a damn good one, too. The money was good, and the women were good, and the drinks were good. But I was losing myself, my heart. I was lucky the companions found me. Now there's a reason to be fighting. The honor of my brothers and sisters is worth more than coin.
Fight.
Of course the money. It's still good. And the drinks.
Oh, I yield! I yield!
Haven't seen your face before. I'm watching you. You? None of our business. There's no honor to be had in the squabbling of Jarls. Ask any fool around here and get a different answer. Mercenaries, warriors of honor, brothers and sisters of the blade, drunken rabble. Take your pick. I've been here longer than most of them. Even I don't know sometimes. I just hope they don't kill each other. So you think you have what it takes? Huh. Lucky for you, I'm not the one who makes that decision. Talk to Kodlak. Who knows? Maybe he's in a generous mood.
Ah. Neat. Fortune and glory, friend. Fortune. Soon enough, it'll be me. In the meanwhile, the Circle handles our daily routine, and Kodlak advises them as Harbinger. Why would you even come to Jorrvaskr without knowing what we stand for? This is not play acting here. We are the true spirit of Skyrim. Honor is in our blood, death in our hearts. If you seek either, you've found the right place. Until
I
next
haven't
time.
seen you before. A man of my station has many debts. I'm not much use at labor or learning, but the companions let me fight for... In charge of what? If you're looking to join up, Kodlak's the one to be talking to. We're the best damn fighters in Skyrim. At least, some of us are. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a servant, dear.
My
You
brother
want to talk
Vilkas is
about
a better
the
talk.
companions,
Vilkas and I have... Our father, even Vigner, couldn't remember companion. Vilkas and I have been... Our father, Jurgen, raised us here.